All right, guys. So for this class project, I'm going to be working on creating the reverse foot IK. And that is going to be using a series of what's referred to as IK handles or inverse kinematic handles in order to move the foot around. So in order to create those, you're going to actually be going from the hip to ankle for one IK handle. Then we're creating a second one from ankle to ball of the foot. And then a third that's going to be going from the ball of the foot to the toe tip. Okay. What we're going to be creating is going to be located within a foot controller to where we can bring the entire foot controller up and move it around. And move it up, move it around. And then we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 uh, different attributes that are going to be attached to that foot controller that will allow us to move the foot in different directions. And then that foot is all going to be located, is going to control the entire leg. Okay, so it's almost kind of like a bow or um, it kind of it always reminds me of like a bow and arrow type of look with this little like string right here. Um, but yeah, so it makes it a lot easier to walk a character, around a scene rather than using a FK or forward kinematic system where everything is attached per um, per joint, which is not good for trying to make things walk because everything kind of like moves based on where the parent is moving, which makes it a lot harder to stick a foot. So we're going to be creating this system to allow for that kind of movement. Then we'll also have our knee control as well. That's going to use a pole vector constraint. Okay. So it's going to do that. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is go and launch our Rig 101 wired controllers. Um, Again, I'm going to go over to my char uh, tab. I'm going to get a footprint smaller. And you can make one on your own. You don't have to use these shapes. Make your own if you want to. And put it right there. Let it kind of just wrap around her foot. Okay. And then I'm going to take the pivot point and snap it up to the ankle. Right there. Okay. So then when I rotate the controller, it rotates it around the foot. Let's go ahead and go over to modify freeze transformations, edit, delete by type, not all by type, but just delete by type history. And I'm going to name this left foot on. Okay. And let's go ahead and put in our attributes. Okay, so we're going to be putting in the attributes over here on the foot controller. And that is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8 of them. So we'll do that by going into edit, add attribute. And we're going to give these a name. So we're going to do foot drop. We'll leave minimum, maximum open, default 0, leave it as a float. Go back. Attribute. Tippy toe. Add. That adds it right down here. So we'll do inner roll. Add. Outer roll. Heel. Heel. Sig. Stomp. Not sys sys. Sig. Stomp. Heel pivot and toe tap. pivot, go tap. That should give us all 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Excellent. Okay, they all should be set to 0, and we're good there. And if you want to, you can go ahead and take that left foot cone, hit Control G, group it to itself. And I'm going to go over and mirror it over to the other side by doing duplicate special. So 0 on translates, rotates, -1 on X axis. So duplicate special. And that'll pop it over there. Unparent them by hitting Shift P as a parent. Right foot con. Just renaming that. And then also I need to go ahead and freeze that transformation again. See, we have a -1 scale and a rotate 180. So let's just do modify, freeze transformations. Bingo, bango. We got it. All right, cool. Okay, so let's go ahead and throw in our controller for the knee. So let's do I'll do a little arrow. So, and I want to bring it out in front of the knee. That is important. Bring it out in front of the knee. Don't leave it on the knee. Keep it on, put it out on front of the knee. Right here. All right, so we're going to go ahead and by type history, modify, freeze transformations. Left knee on. And then I'm going to move it to itself. Just go under duplicate special. I'm going to duplicate it. Left or right. Unparent it. That other knee gone. Get rid of these groups. And now we will. So we'll freeze transformations on that one as well. So you'll see that they are directly in front of the knees, just kind of pointing forward. So we're good. All right. Save real quick. And then let's go under the rigging tools and skeleton. I think I don't need any more controllers for now. I'll get rid of that. All right. Under skeleton, create IK handle. I'm going to go to I create IK handle options, and we have some options we need to set up. So the first one is well, the only one is we need to do current solver, and we have 2 options. One is a single chain solver, and the other one is a rotate plane. Single chain is what we'll use on ankle to ball and ball to toe tip. Rotate plane is what's going to allow us to rotate the knee. So we want to make sure we use that going from hip to ankle. Okay. So let's go ahead and do that again. Hip to ankle. Okay. All right. So then we're going to do another one. Rotate plane, single chain. Switch it over single chain. And that's going to go from ankle to ball. Okay. Do it again. Single chain, ball. Look where I'm going. So I'll go from the ball down to the toe tip, not a toe tip. Okay. Let's do it one more time. So it's going to be ankle to ball. Ball to Tip. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and start naming these. So this one right here is going to be called left toe tip IK handle. You have to make sure you name them properly. Otherwise, it's going to get very confusing very fast. All right. Make sure we put left and right on these two. Left ball IK handle. Left ankle IK handle. Okay. Let's go back over here. So that one's toe tip. That's going to be right toe tip IK handle. So right here is going to be at the ankle. Left ankle IK handle. And right IK handle. Okay. Yeah. All right, let's make sure we got this. Let's name something. Yep, I did. All right. Yeah, make sure you name it right. The rigging is not hard. It's just tedious. So you gotta make sure you cross all your T's and dot your I's and all of that. Make sure it all sticks with you. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3. We should have about 6 IK handles. Got 6. Okay, cool. All right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the left ankle IK handle and I'm going to group it to itself. I'm going to call left heel heel group. Okay. And then that one's pivot point, I'm going to snap. So hold press D and then hold V as in Victor over to the ball. So notice that the IK handle's here, but the pivot point is going to be here. Why? Because if I move it, I can move that ankle. Okay. Next one I'm going to do is going to be called toe tap, and that is going to be the toe tip IK handle. So left toe tip, group it to itself. Okay. So hit D as in David to change the pivot point. V as in Victor. That's going to go back to the ball as well. Okay. That's going to allow us to pick up the toe. Okay. Notice that since we put the toe joints under the toe tip joint, that by rotating this group up, it also brings the toes with it. So that's very important. If we didn't have that and they were joined here or up at the ankle, it wouldn't work. So this is going to be called left toe tip group. All right, so this one is going to be the um, left ball IK handle, group it to itself, and that is going to be called the heel pivot group. So that means going to be left heel pivot group. Okay, and then that one is going to have a pivot point. I'm going to snap it to the ankle. But I'm not going to leave it at the ankle. I'm actually going to bring it down. And I'm going to turn on her skin layer real quick. I'm going to put the right here on the sole of the foot. So if you ever turn on your heel, that's the position we're going to be looking for. right about there. So you put her shoes on, it's right about there. Okay. So that's going to be left heel pivot root. Okay. All right. So we got all these together. Okay. So let's try that one more time. So I'm going to take the left right toe tip IK handle, grip it to itself, and call it right toe. Oh, toe tap group. Okay, so let's turn off the skin. And we're going to snap that over to the ball. Right ball IK handle, grip it to itself, right heel. Nope, right heel pivot. Yeah, pivot group. About there. Okay. All right, and then right ankle IK handle. And that should be right heel, I believe. Okay. And that one is going to have the point put right there on the ball again. Okay. All right, cool. So we're going to start grouping these together. So into left feet and right feet. I'm just kind of doing this all at once so we can have it done at the same time. Also, probably maybe doing it twice in a row. This is the worst thing in the world. Okay. So I'm going to take toe tap and I'm going to drop it under the heel pivot root. So let's do left toe tap. So left toe tap is going to go under left heel pivot groups. It's going to look like this. Okay. So then when we so we move around that, it's going to move the entire foot for us, which is what we want. And then heel peel and heel pivot, both left, are going to group together. And I want to call that left sig stomp. Okay, so that's going to put all that together. And that pivot point is I'm going to move it to the ball. And then I'm going to move it right here. So if you feel that big bone under your big toe, that's, I don't know if any guys smoke cigarettes, but that's where you would put the cigarette out. It's kind of an offset forward pivot point, somewhere right about there. So the idea is you can rotate the foot like that. Yeah. So let's go ahead and take heel peel and okay, so I'm gonna do the same thing to the right. Okay, right toe tap goes under heel pivot, and then right heel pivot, right heel peel. Again, we're gonna group those together. Right sig stomp group. Okay. Again, that pivot point. Let's move over here. Somewhere right about there. All right, so we're just going to do a series of groupings now after the sig stop. We're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4 more groups. Okay, so I'm going to take sig stop and go Control G, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so same thing for right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And you don't have to change the keeps. They don't have to keep the same order, but um, we'll just go and name these outer roll, left outer roll, left inner roll, left tippy toe, left foot drop. Foot drop, right inner, nope, tippy toe, left inner roll, and then left outer roll. Okay. Oh, no. So you're doing this at the same time, it's messing me up. It's messing my rights, my lefts. There we go. Usually the way I do this is I'll do the entire left foot and then I'll do the entire right foot. So it's a little bit different for me today. I'm trying to do both at the same time. But we'll get there. All right. So we'll need to change pivot points for all of these groups. So we did sig stomp, outer roll. That one's going to be easy. Press D to move the pivot point. I'm going to move it over here to the outer portion of the foot. So something like that. Left inner roll, that's going to be inside the foot. Left tippy toe. Let's snap that to the toe tip joint. And then this actually goes in front of the toe just a little bit. So if you ever like do like ballerina pirouetting or anything like that, that's kind of where that goes. And then foot drop, that is going to go up here on the ankle. Okay, pretty easy. All right, so do the same thing again. So a roll, and a roll, tippy toe, bird, okay, and foot drop. There we go. That's the groups. That's pretty much it. Um, so let's look at the functionality. So if I take the right foot drop, it should be able to drop the entire foot. Tippy toe should bring the entire foot up onto the tips of the toes. Inner roll is going to roll inside the foot. So that's how you sprain your ankle. That's how you do another sprain outside. Sig stomp should rotate on that kind of ball of the foot, like where your big toe is. It kind of feel that if you press down. And heel pivot is going to let you hit pivot on the heel. Okay. Toe tap, rotate that up. That should allow us to kind of like you're waiting for something. And then heel peel should allow us to peel that heel up. And once it's skinned, you'll see it actually pulls this up. So kind of like you're keeping a beat or you're anxious or something like that, or just honestly just trying to get extra stretch in your step. All right, test these. Got it. Good. And you need to test these as we're going. So you can kind of pick out if we have an issue or problem at some point. It's a little bit easier to fix rather than like doing it at the very end. And then we, oh God, what do I do? So test as you go. All right, cool. So all of that is awesome. All right. So left foot drop, that is going to go directly under the left foot con. Right foot drop goes directly under the right foot con. So both of those are going to go. And then I'm going to take the left knee con, drop that under the left foot con. Right knee con goes under the right foot con. Now, if you watch a different video of mine, I probably say something different. My answer kind of changes every semester because I have different preferences on where these controllers go. Specifically, the knee cons is what I'm referring to. Knee cons can be completely independent, where they don't follow the feet. They can be, I've had rigs where they have been part of the feet and you just move around in context to the feet. I don't know exactly how I like them, but I think I do kind of like the idea that you can kind of move the foot around like this, and then the knee just sticks forward, which is kind of nice. Okay, but as you see, by putting this group underneath the left foot controller, look at that, it's moving the foot. That's awesome. So as Bon Jovi would say, we're halfway there. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and connect these controllers to the attributes or the groups that we made to the attributes. And then we're gonna do our pole vector constraint to the IK handle, and then we'll do our toe controllers. I'm not going to do toe controllers for all these because that's like 8 toes, 16, at least 16 different controllers. So I don't know if I'm gonna do all that. Anyway, so let's go ahead and go under our attributes. No, connection editor. Connection editor is what we need. Go under Windows, General Editor, Connection Editor right here. So this right here. So we want our foot control on the left side, and then we are going to open up our IK handle. Thing. Okay. Yeah, so we want our foot controller, left foot on, to show up on the left side. That's going to be where our input is going to be, or I'm sorry, our output, where we're going to put our value for, like, say, the foot rotation or whatever. And that's going to feed into these groups. So I'm going to go ahead and grab the left foot drop. So we're just going to go down the list, grab this group, reload left. I'm going to drop down to the bottom on my left column. And then on my right column, we're going to go down to rotate right here, open that up. And I'm going to go to foot drop, and we are on foot drop. So in order to make the foot drop, you're going to have to test this. You cannot just take my values at face value. You have to test this and figure out which direction it takes to make the foot drop. For me, it's rotate X. For you, it might be Y or Z. I've had students just blindly copy this in the past, and I don't even feel sorry about giving them after that because they did not pay attention. So do not just copy what I'm doing. Test it. So for me, it's rotate X. So I'm going to click rotate X. Both of these italicized, which means there is a connection. If you look at left foot drop, there's now a rotate X right here. Okay. So there's a little connection that's like popped in. It's yellow, telling us there's a connection between these two values. All right, I'm going to go to tippy toe, click on left tippy toe right here, and reload right. You have to do these steps in order to make this work. So click here, click what you're going to connect next. Go to your input that you're going to be loading, and then click reload. Have to do that every single time, otherwise it will not work. All right. So for tippy toe, we want the foot to go up on the, for me, it's the x-axis. Remember, you need to test it. Rotate X, and that connects both of these. inner roll, left inner roll. Reload, click rotate, and it's probably going to be on the Z. Yep, it's going to be on the Z. Again, you need to test this. Left outer roll. It's going to be on the Z also. So let's reload, go to Z. Sorry, so this is left outer roll. There we go. I didn't update that, so I gotta be careful. Rotate Z. All right, we're good there. All right, heel peel. Let's go to heel peel pivot group. Reload right. Or heel peel. Yep, right here. Reload right. Rotate. That's going to be rotate X. Rotate X. Six stomp. Just find six stomp. Six stomp right there. Reload right. Open up rotate. That's going to be rotate Y for me. Heel pivot. So it's going to heel pivot group. Reload right. Open that back up. That's going to rotate Y for me. And toe tap. Toe tap. Reload right. In case you're not sure what's going on, we're loading this into here, okay? This is toe tap group, left toe tap group. So that's the reason why we're naming these. Makes it a lot easier to keep track of everything. So I'm going to rotate. Let's rotate X. Yep, it's X. Rotate X. Cool. There we go. All right, so let's test this and make sure it works. Foot drop. Yep. Tippy toe. Yep. And a roll. Outer roll. Okay. Heel peel. Six stomp. Heel pivot. Tap. Okay, good. Awesome. All right, let's do it one more time. So reload left. So I have a new foot controller. So right foot con. And then I'm going to open up all the groups here for the right foot. And then we'll reload right for right foot drop. That's going to be a rotate X. Right tippy toe. Rotate. That's going to be X as well. Inner roll. Inner roll. Right. Okay, so it's going to be Z. Yep, it's going to rotate Z. Outer roll. Outer roll. Reload right. Rotate Z as well. Six stomp. Reload right. Heel. Six stomp. Let's do heel peel instead. Sorry. Heel peel. Right. Okay. Heel peel is going to be X. X. All right, so we'll do X. Six stomp. Let's find that six stomp. There. Heel it right. It's going to be Y. Right. Heel pivot. Heel pivot. Heel it right. That's going to be Y. Toe tap. Toe tap group. And that's going to be X. Okay, let's test that out. drop, good. Test this out, guys, before you turn it in. You don't get any second chances to turn this stuff in. And it's all through assignments, so you can't do an oops, I turned in the wrong one either. So you have to turn in the right one. Test these before you turn them in. Good. All right, cool. All right, so let's go ahead and connect in. Let's do strain. This one. So we're going to do the full vector constraints. So I'm going to grab the controller, the ankle IK handle, constrain. So grab this one right here. So controller, IK handle, strain. Okay. So if we move these, it should get the knees moving a little bit. See that? All right, that will help control where the knee goes. All right, cool. So reverse foot setup's actually done. That's it. That's pretty much it. We do need to go ahead and put in toe controls, and we need to organize this, and then that's the project's finished. So I'm going to go ahead and take the left foot, right foot cons, and they're going to go under the placement controller right here. Okay. Notice that they're going to be siblings to the root controller. We do not want the root to control where the feet controls go. Okay. They need to be independent, but they still need to follow the placement control. Okay. So they have to follow all of that. All righty. So save that real quick. And let's do our toe controls. All right. So for these, let's do little circles. Rotate that 90 degrees. Okay. And with these, you want the controls to be big enough to where we can actually grab them, but small enough to where they're not competing with other controllers. Okay. So I'm going to go and take this controller. Let's do object display, drawing overrides, enable overrides. I'm going to give it a nice bright color. That's good. Okay. So I'm going to do that one. There. And all my toes are just pointing forward, so I'm just going to duplicate and just snap them to the individual toes. That'll be 1 foot. And then if we turn on the scan again, you'll see that the toes get quite a bit smaller. So grab. Down. Okay. I'm gonna grab all of these guys. And let's do search or replace names. Modify search or replace. Where it says controller. Name it toe con. There we go. So con 1, 2. Let's do both of these. We're gonna change that to search or replace. Toe. we're going to replace with left big toe. Y. Let's change these two to toe. Left mid toe. Okay. So I'm just kind of differentiating each one of these toes. Left ring toe. This is going to be left pinky toe. Okay. Number these real quick. Okay. All right, so we'll take each one of these. I'm going to modify freeze transformations, delete by type, history, and then we're just going to start nesting these under each one of each other. So left big toe con 2 is going to go under con 1, and just basically just nest 2 under 1. Okay. And so what happens is then we're basically just building an FK chain. So I can rotate that one there, and then that one here. Okay. And then I'm going to group these guys together, and they're going to be called left toe con group. Oh, okay. All right. So for this one, I'm going to go and take the pivot point. I'm going to snap it to the toe tip joint right here. I'm going to group this to itself, and I'm going to go under modify. Sorry, edit, duplicate special. So we're going to get other side now. And then we're going to do a search and replace, look for left, replace with right, apply. I'm going to take this one. And then unparent both of those from those groups. And then do a freeze transformations on those controls. Okay. Okay. So these controls need to go under the furthest bottom group for the feet controls. So let's go and open these both back up. Okay, so that's going to be the toe tap group right here. Okay, so right toe con group is going to have to go under the so I'm sorry, left toe con, that's going to go under the left toe tap group right there. And then our right toe con group is going to go under the right toe tap group. Okay. So what's going to happen is then when we move our feet around, the toe controls will move with them. More importantly, then we do our toe tappers test and make sure, see how they stick with the toes? We want that, so that needs to be like, that needs to stick with them. Okay, so we're going to strain our controllers to our toes. So I'm going to use an orient constraint, maintain offset turned on. Just do an orient. There we go. Let's grab each one of these. Should grab the proper joint. Okay, we'll test this out. All right, so we'll grab that toe, bend it. Awesome. This toe, bend it. Beautiful. So again, we're using that orient. I guess I am doing all the toes. I didn't think I got it time, but okay. Grab this one and this one. We go to the strain orient. G to reuse last use tool. So make sure you're grabbing the parent, child, not child, parent. Cool. This, test it out, test it out. Good. Good. And one thing you don't want is for both of these to rotate in place and then also rotate the toes. If they don't rotate with the toes, then we know we don't have a proper nesting for that FK chain to occur. Okay, so how are we doing? Good. And I'm keeping an eyeball on the feet and the toes, make sure they don't kind of fly off into space. Everything looks nice. Okay. 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 think I think that's it. So we've covered toe controls, knee controls, foot attributes. You put in the IK handles. Everything follows the feet. The toes follow the feet. The knees follow the knee controls. Yeah, I think we're good. Make sure everything is placed under the placement con. Two groups, left foot con, right foot con, and those are going to be siblings to the root con, not under the root con. All right. That's it. All right. Till next time.